This is where I don't know why I haven't noticed this ever in my life, but for a very for almost 7 years, I've been denied my own emails. And this is why. I'll show you. See, there's 5. This is their sealing. They're the ark. So they're kind of making out that this is biblical when they're like Noah's Ark. So I'm trying to get through to Amnesty because I want to go overseas because people here have seen me in a toilet, have seen sexual violence. It's not going to be a healthy situation, and I've never been a toxic person. I've been to therapy for 15 years. It's really erasing something that I worked for. It's all about being number one, and that's why I'm being punished. Aussie Pride. Ooh. EU Pro number 1. They're trying to make out that I'm not a professional, but I am. The men have been aging my face to make all this money out of me in trafficking. So they've made all these business models off watching me, these guys. And it's, to be honest, for me, I guess I don't really think about the magic of when you go to work, you're actually putting on a different representation of yourself, but I guess you do. I guess there's a lot that people at work don't know about me. I'm definitely very, very on my best behaviour at work. I never talk bad. I'm a very polite person. I never ever speak bad. I'm never rude. I think I've only enhanced a bad personality from all this abuse and surviving with nothing. And see this? Risa. So these girls got this pass, and their mission was to take over all the support. Like, they're part of a Russian and Israel group that were honing in to be the most quality of the food group. And I'm just telling you, like, it's run by the gas guy. I just noticed one day through the code that there's actually there's information in this. So they don't let me talk to any humanitarian rights because they're saying there's only one professional. But isn't the point of human rights to be, like, in need? Because I'm in a lot of need and they won't let me have access. Like, quarantine, action, no one. And there's a pass or something here. It says the ARC pass, which means they only get to move to the future, and I'm being denied that right, and they're selling me out for only Risa to be the star. That's why I want to leave this country, and it's not fair because they've done there's a lot of crime that went on that stopped this being an equal rights situation. It just became, I think they just kept offering, like, people like Kiki and Poppy money and housing and all sorts of stuff that they became very, I think I can only imagine how the greed must get to their head in the end, because they just probably get so intoxicated by getting given all this stuff that they don't care if they're mean or do bad things to people because they're kind of being influenced to do it, I think. They're trying to make out that I'm a very hard person, but I'm not. My whole life is giving my heart to little kids and helping them grow and nurture. And if my mum says I'm hard, why did I always be thoughtful and do her washing and do her cars and they're making out that I've got no consciousness of my heart, but that's the thing. That's my whole life journey. That's what I don't get. He's just made my face look bad. But see, Australia has a big part of, I think they have to repair what they did to me, because I had a business over there, and in this case, I've been put on a death sentence and I've been killed by this Diddy guy with all this sexual violence. And I've definitely been soft-hearted because I think I've got a text in my other phone that Narita says that she knows I'm a very emotional, kind person. All these people saying I'm kind, so that shows that you've got a soft side. And I used to look very soft and cute, but they keep abusing me and discouraging me working. See, there's a bunch of 5 guys, I think, saying she's professional number 1. But why do I get... Like, nobody else has just these girls running after them for every job. I just do. Why is that? It's just that I want you to see, he's calling me chunk, fat, and it's not fair because they've disemboweled me. It's a war crime. And they're blocking me talking to any human rights. That's my CV that they're using. As I said earlier, the kids wrote me cartoons that Ruth and Kiki gave me HIV and that Kayla was stealing my work, like my children's work, I think, or my designs or something like that. They showed me that she'd gotten into hacked all my stuff and got my files and then sent out to everybody that she was the original and all these people were watching it and she was getting all the applauses and I was sitting there crying, like, because nobody was helping me. He calls me a bug. I used to have a lot of friends and they're showing photos in an old house like I'm really dirty and disgusting, I think. And I want to know how long that was because it was about 2 months before I went to see my mum in Australia that I was kind of losing it at night. Like something was poisoning me in that room, like gas or something, and I was tired all day and all night. And eventually my dog died, and then I found out later I was poisoned, like with arsenic. So I think something really dodgy went on in that house. But I can talk about all my jobs. I was professional. It's just discrimination about the way I look. But I feel like the discrimination should go on these guys that are really ruining my looks to make sure that she's younger looking and more pure looking. Instead of treating me like a kind of a marketing kind of thing. Men, ooh, professional, number 1. California, Aussie Pride, number 1. May Police, that's May West, I think. I think I became under Russian experiments, illegal experiments. So they're experimenting on me being soft-hearted and have erased my skin like I'm a dark, evil, nasty, trashy woman that's hateful. And they're taking away my real identity. And they were also doing experiments on my happiness and sexual experiments on love. And because somebody wrote an article during the war that what they were doing was illegal, and some of the people that do the engineering were trying to teach this guy that it's quite dangerous what he's doing. Like, so he was doing all these human experiments on me to see what makes somebody happy, what makes people fall in love and all this kind of stuff. And I think he thinks that that guy only loved me because of my looks. But to be honest, I think it's because I was durable. As if you actually know this person, they're like a really hard person to deal with all the time. Like really, really, really hard person to deal with. So they're calling me the potato. So each country had number 1 flower or number 1 angel or something like that, and I can't access what I need, and it shouldn't be a competition. A need is a need, right? If I'm dying with a leg broken, are they going to go around with the food, number 1 high quality food? Like, Don't help her. She's toxic and a transsexual. Like, this is what's happening to me when it comes to healthcare. These are the people I've been trying to email, I think. Tenant attributed. So this is digital trafficking. It's illegal, and it looks like the government's doing it to me. This thing just goes on and on and on, eh? Like, look at it. He's binding me to an identity that's not me, like very dark, negative, depressive. My depression's just like, I'll just sit at home and watch TV and kind of stay alone. And it's not that I'm sad inside, but I'm just kind of trying to disconnect from my feelings until I can process it in a rational way. I don't want to go swinging around my emotions to everyone, like crying. Nobody cares. There you go. Cat, no one. I think down here it says Kim number 1. So Kim's stopping me from being, like, everything that I've worked for, these girls are taking it over. So Kim's taken over a big part of my cloud about human rights, I think, and being an artist and my cooking and the children. Like, that's a big part of my personality. I don't know what's happened. It's like the criminals. I don't know if the criminals are paying these girls to take over the power or the government or what. Or it looks like they got offered housing and all sorts of stuff and being famous, but they said that the streets took over my whole network, like the basically that French guy Pablo. See here. I don't know, there's something here that's actually just says that it is Kim, which is Poppy. I think they've just, yeah, she's got my mind underground, like my character, but I'm way different when my life's together. But I'm really like, I'm just processing a lot of unhappiness, BOA5. It's a lot to take in knowing that somebody is trying to jab me with cat, no one, that's jabbing me with HIV. It means they want me dead, you know? And this is actually stopping me having access to what I need. Mad Ugly, number 2. It's going through the government too. Like, did you see the banks saying that I'm a huckery? I think it says here Kim. I saw it. I'll video it if I find it again. I can't be bothered going through this. It's already 13. 7. This 7 is the one that wants to take over the land for paradise, and I don't know if that's 7 Samoan guys or 7 Asian guys. But what isn't right is this cat making me a no-one and my landlord always putting me on tour and kind of keeping me bound to being a prisoner. See, Australian South, the stars. Because he's taken away that it's not that I was a star, but I lived my life with so much light and happiness in my home. They even take over every job that I was trying to do. I think they put a rod up my ass. There's something here that says Kim. It says Kim's number 1, and they basically were killing me for the glory, these guys of their family. And because when I went up to Nelson, the guy said the police are after me. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, you're on a governmental watch list. And I didn't even know that. That's BB, that's Kiki, but there's something about Kim here being number one. But if their job's just to get rid of the mice, then I can't. I don't like them ruining my reputation. It's never been equal. I kind of had the same, like, intellectual pursuits before. Quite similar people. Like, I think she's into vet nursing and stuff like that, and I love animals. I've always loved animals since I was young. We've always had, like, we got pedigree cat. We used to just have moggies, and we got pedigree cats once, and they're actually quite different. They're full of they got way more personality for some reason. Like, they're kind of cheeky, a little bit cheeky. I had a Burman cat that used to hide behind walls, and when you'd come out, it would just pounce at you, like jump out of nowhere. And then we had a Burman that was, I think was it a Burman or a Ragdoll? It used to come out. It was a really funny looking cat. Lazy, fed face. Hag. I don't know, there's something going on, eh? The most interesting thing that I got told, right, in the mental ward was that the government was actually paying the bad guys to get rid of me. So why would the government be paying to get rid of me? This was ages ago too, like ages and ages and ages ago. Probably like 5 or 6 years ago, somebody told me that. And they were bullying me that I was Clifford the big red dog. And I was like, what? Spud. The only reason I stay inside is because there's conflict wherever I go. It's better to just hide. It just says here, Kim number one somewhere. There you go. F and ugly 2, ugly face. Number 9 means hot. Product number 2, that's me number 2. It's Amanda Brendan. Death of the ex. Number 1. Not the ex. Hate 1. So he's causing all this hate, which is a crime, and he's protected. He's untouchable, this guy. And he's given me grief wherever I go. And basically, the kids fed me another thing saying all those men are abusing me because of Kim. And I was quite shocked because I don't think I talked to her. I think I talked to her on the phone once. And she didn't seem like a bad person when I talked to her. And to know that she got all these men to do this means she's either under somebody else's hand, because I can't imagine somebody that handles animals all day is that disconnected unless they were under a lot of authority and they think her mind has changed about what's right and wrong now or something. No, there you go. Kim. Dog, Kim, pass. So this pass, making me the dog and her number 1, that's what's keeping me in apartheid.